welcome to Jen Cares powered by Chozen Live Podcast. Here we engage in tough talks and meaningful conversations. Each week, we feature a guest that will help us stay in the know. We're a podcast that brings the community to you every Monday at 8 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, be sure to like and follow our page. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe so that you never miss a show. Now, here's your host, Jen Cares.
Ooh, good evening and welcome to Jen Cares powered by Chozen Counselors. I am your host and the founder of Chozen Counselors, a nonprofit organization that seeks to inspire, motivate, empower, and strengthen individuals and families. All right, had to take my hose out. But I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in, for liking, for commenting, for coming back and watching a replay. Wherever you find yourself, I do appreciate you. I do hope that you enjoyed your holiday. And again, we thank you for tuning in. If you're watching by way of Facebook, be sure to like and follow so you always know when we go live. If you're watching by way of YouTube, be sure to subscribe so you always see when we drop a new episode. Oh, friends, this month's theme was Friendsgiving. And again, I do hope that you enjoyed your Thanksgiving, whether you were with family, friends, turn family, friends, enemies, whoever, wherever you were, at work, at home, cooking, not cooking, wherever you found yourself. I hope that you at least took a moment to just be grateful and thankful for this thing called life. Friends, life is short. People are dying and they never died before, they say. But I'm truly, truly grateful for life and for each and every one of you. As shared, this month's theme was Friendsgiving, and we started off with family at the beginning of the month, where we talked about those those friends that became family. And tonight we're going to talk about the circle, and it's so very important to know who is in your circle and finding out how you select your circle. Why? Because we are coming to the end of the year, and when we come to the end of the year, I like to talk about evaluating who was around us, should they still be around us, who we need to let go of, who we need to hold on more to, and how to keep on going on in this thing called life. So tonight we're going to get it started. My allergies are not nice to me, but we're going to work it out, friends. Got a little bass in my mouth, in my throat, but you hear me. I hope you can hear me good. Again, it's going to be good. So help me welcome our amazing guest on tonight. It's Erica, and we're going to talk about the circle, and I'm so honored to have her. So help me welcome the amazing Erica.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me.
I thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing today?
I am doing good. I'm doing good. As I say, folks, I'm not even going to complain. So I'm good. It's a great day. I'm here. I'm breathing. So this is my birthday week. So it's a good week. It's a good day, a good month. So yes, everything's going well. Yeah, thank you for asking.
Yes, happy early birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much.
Now, do you have some big plans and things to have a good time?
I'm gonna try to be grown this week. I'm gonna try real hard to be grown. I'm gonna be a mom a couple nights of the week, but then a couple,
Okay.
the other nights I'm gonna be Erica. I'm gonna be Erica.
I'm mad at you. We gotta have those moments sometimes, and that's really important.
That part right there, that part right there. I said I never wanted to lose Erica, even
Mhm.
though I'm a mom, and I felt like
Mhm.
I just started saying that because I felt like some folks be like, "Oh my goodness, she's a mom. That is everything." I love my baby with
Mhm.
all my heart, but I'm still Erica. So I'm like,
I
I'm
love it.
mom, but I'm also Erica. So
And I normally start with a quote of the day, and I'm gonna get to it, but I want to sit here just a little while longer because even in the different hats that we wear, sometimes we do lose ourselves. What do you think was helpful in you not losing yourself to get to this point where you are now to say, "Don't lose Erica"?
because I had to lose myself. I lost
Mm-hmm.
myself, and that was, you know, I believe we have dark moments, great moments, some down in the valley moments or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I lost me, and I became consumed with being the
Mm.
friend, being the mom, being the daughter, being this, and then don't add perfect into it because we know you're not perfect, but you
Right.
know that there is this little voice that says you have to be strong, you have to be perfect, you have to do this. And so I had to come to a point and I was like, but what do I like? What do I enjoy doing? I mean,
Mm,
even down to what do I enjoy wearing? What do I enjoy? Like, what does
I like it.
Erica enjoy doing? Forget what everyone else thinks, Erica, but what do I really enjoy doing it? And
Oh,
it wasn't something I knew forever. It was like a new thing. It was when I became a mom, because I'm real
mm,
hard on myself as being a mom. Like,
mhm,
got to get
mhm.
it right, got to do it. You don't want to
Yeah.
mess up your child. You don't want to. So that piece right there, and I started to lose me, and I was unhappy. And I said, I can't be unhappy and raise my little boy if I'm
Mhm.
not, so who is Erica? So it was finding that balance with
Yeah.
work, with mom, friend. So finding that perfect balance.
Mm. But I had to lose myself to be able to find myself.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I did, because otherwise I had no idea. I was walking, I mean, it was years. And then I sit back and look at it. I'm like, okay. And I have moments now where it's like, oh my goodness, I should be further along. I should be doing this or doing that.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
I literally had to lose myself to even find what I enjoy and who Erica is and what does Erica love? What does she not? And who does she
Yeah.
want to hang around? Who doesn't she want? Because
Mhm, mhm.
the Erica who was lost was like, okay, let's just take everyone in,
Mhm,
this, you're my
mhm.
friend, you're my,
Yeah.
and you're like, yeah, no, no. Erica does not want to hang with you. Erica doesn't want you in her circle.
Yes.
Erica doesn't want to go to this restaurant. Erica doesn't want to do this. So literally had to be lost and lose myself to find myself again, to find Erica and what she enjoys. So
And I love it because all of those parts are important before we even can find out if we want a circle. Some of us have like a connected dot situation going on, or one
mm-hmm,
dot, or a triangle, or square.
that
Um,
part.
so we have to know who we are because sometimes we invite people in and they don't mean it's no good.
Mm-hmm,
And we don't know
mm-hmm,
because we think that it's good. They're around us. They want to be around us. They like us. They love us. They want something. We don't know all the, things at the first, connection. And then we find out like, maybe you shouldn't be around me. Do I
that
really like that? You know?
that part. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was a real big piece for me. And I know I'm not gonna go for, I have an amazing circle. I joke with them, but it's and they know me. They know
Mhm.
me. They know
Mm.
my limits, and they're the ones who can say to me, all right, Erica, like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
you know, get it together, or you have that moment and come on back. So
Yes. Yes. Now you said something else that's good. I'm trying to get to the quote, friends, but hold on. Because we have people that are around us that can really talk to us and get with us.
mm-hmm,
But then we have people around us that can't really talk to us and get with us.
mm-hmm,
Right?
mm-hmm,
Um, and that's important. And sometimes people don't read the room very well, one.
mm-hmm,
But two, sometimes they may put themselves at a higher place in your life than what you put them, and they feel like they could tell you. And you got to remember, hey, I'm an adult too. I still make the decision at the end of the day. Somebody was telling me the other day, now if you would have did what I told you to, and my ears like shut off to her after that. I didn't want to hear anything else.
mm-hmm,
Because I also have to trust the process that works for Jennifer. I know that you
mm-hmm.
wanted to move out this way, but if that's not good for Jennifer, if that's not comfortable for Jennifer, Jennifer's going to mess something up. And I don't want to mess something up,
That
So having those people that's in our circle that know us enough to know, all right, let me leave her alone for a little bit. She need to cool down. Or no, let me have
that
some because
yes.
she about to spiral out, because I can get in my head really bad. You know, I hear it really bad. I will, have a whole movie going on and it's totally different. It's almost like the movies where it's like two different ways that they
For
could
two
go.
different scenes.
I'm on a total left of it. Total left, maybe made another U-turn to still be on the wrong turn.
To be on the
Um,
same path or either a
you know,
totally different one.
it's a
Yeah. No,
process,
I get that. And I appreciate the balance though. My circle
Yes,
has a balance. And I
yes.
feel like that balance is so important. I have some
Mhm,
friends who will get that rah rah when I need to get rah rah. And then there are
mhm,
some who are just like, okay, I know if I go to Erica and say, I think you should do this, or what about
yeah,
this?
mhm,
Erica's gonna do the complete opposite. But then I
mhm,
have a couple friends who are like, who will just say to me, okay, you're right. Sit in
yeah,
it,
mhm,
get yourself together tomorrow. We can only do this for 24 hours, and then we're
yes.
gonna start over and do this again. But I
I love it.
appreciate all of those balances. But again, it's my circle. It's
Mhm,
my circle. They know me. They know
yeah,
how I work. And I have one particular person in my circle. I don't talk to her every day. We may
mhm,
talk once every 6 months, with once every 3 months, but when we connect, we are locked in, and I appreciate that. But it's not that like I don't do well. I've had some members of my circle who get upset. Oh, you haven't talked to me every day. Well, why don't you talk? Why don't this? And I'm sitting here like, honey, if life is life, and
Yes.
life is really life, and
Yeah.
I just can't. I just
Yeah.
so those were people recently, even recently, I had to say I can't have them a part of my immediate circle because the pressure of keeping you
Mm-hmm.
happy
Mm-hmm.
when I'm like, honey, I'm trying to just balance life right now and just
Yeah.
maneuver all of
Yes.
this stuff right
Yes.
here. And I can't. I can't. And I used to feel bad about that. I used to feel so bad about saying I can't. I had to be there for everybody, be here for this, be this for this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I was at a point where I was empty. I was depleted. And so I
Yeah.
had to make a decision like, okay, I gotta just kind of fade out some folks, and I felt okay with it. It was a
Mm-hmm.
real freeing type of thing. It was because I didn't want to go back to some places too, and I saw
Mm-hmm.
that too, and I got to a point I had to respect everyone where they are, and that's
Yeah.
my approach, and I hope folks would respect me for where I'm at and go from there. So, but that life was life, and
The life for
we in
life.
good.
So now I need some help. Come on, Eric. You are going to be the expert to help me tonight, right? Because we have friends and we don't have to talk to them all the time, right? But then we have
Mhm.
some friends where we do kind of talk to them pretty often. And then when comes, and sometimes you're not always ready for it because they were supportive and you were supportive to them, right? Um, but getting to that process of being okay with that, it's not always easy. Like you could voice. I had a
Mm-mm.
friend. I have a friend, and I voiced, like, I miss, it's like connecting things of sort. But life is life for her, and I get that for her. And it's like you want to be there to support, but you also have to allow them to go through that process too. And I go back and forth myself a little bit because it still does sting. Because like that's my friend, that's my sister, that's my girl.
Mhm.
But also knowing how, again, with your circle, when they need that space, allowing them that space and always having that open door where they can always come back in as needed. But also let them know how you feel too. That is important. But
Mhm.
also allowing them to go through that healing process because it's different for everybody.
Right, right. It is, and I think it's a hard, especially for those good girlfriends, those good ones that you talk to all
Yeah.
the time,
Yeah.
and it's like, and then you don't want to see them hurt, they don't want to see you hurt, so you all balance each other out. And I think I'm a little more understanding because I had a situation where life was really life, and
Mhm.
I couldn't people, I
Yeah.
couldn't people,
Yes.
but just knowing that I had some folks to where if I needed them and knowing that they were there, that
Mhm.
meant so much to me
Yeah.
because of something that I did. And even now, I'll still do it. I don't want to give other people my stuff because I know people got their stuff. And I'm
Come
like,
on.
I don't want to give you my stuff
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
my stuff is heavy. So let me figure out my stuff.
Mhm.
I'm going to
Mhm.
figure out my stuff. If I need you, I'm going to tap you in. But they
Yes.
know that Erica probably still won't tap in. And
Yeah.
so you have those friends who are like, yeah, no. So this is what you're going to do. You're going
Yeah.
to accept this. You're going to take this tap
Yeah.
in and we're going to be okay. And we're going to start over tomorrow. And I appreciate that because, and I think it's just that whole stigma of having to be strong all the time, being
Mhm.
the strong woman,
Mhm.
carrying the weight, fixing everything, doing everything. And then I know I got to a point where I felt like and even now, I'll feel like if I need help or I
Mhm.
need that friend to come, something as simple as a ride, if my car is just that simple, I will feel like, well, no, I don't want to worry them because I know they got to do this and they got to
Yeah.
do this.
Yes.
And then there's this little voice that'll be like, okay, but then they may not think I'm strong. And then what if
Mhm.
they really need me and I'm
Ah,
not there because they're not going to. So that whole
yes.
mind game is
Yes.
just,
Crazy.
oh my goodness.
Yes.
And then there are seasons. I had a
Mhm.
really close friend. We don't talk anymore, and so it bothered me. It was a disagreement. It was some things that happened.
Mhm.
And even recently, I would sit back because there were some things in my life where I accomplished, and she was a big part of them. Conversations had, and she was a big part.
Yeah.
And for her not to be here to see them, it
Mhm.
bothered me.
Mhm.
But then I needed some closure, so I sent a little text and said, there
Mhm.
were some things, you may get this or you didn't, but I appreciate the friendship.
Yeah.
I appreciate what you helped me to accomplish, even though you may
Yeah.
not, see it.
Mhm.
Because it's hard. But I do believe that we have some people for seasons, and
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's hard to let go of folks. You have a good time, you rock with them, you've been
Yeah.
through some stuff with them, and then it's like, are you sure the season is up? Does it really
Yeah.
have to be up? Is it
Yeah.
time?
Yes.
Um, and then all the emotions that go with it. You go through
Uh,
sadness, then you get angry, then you be like,
yeah.
well, you should have called me. You
Yeah.
all of that type of
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
And it's something I think I still deal with,
Mhm.
like every day, just that thought process. And then there
Mhm.
are some friends I know I just shouldn't pick the phone up and call again. You got those. You got those ones. Yeah. But you really, really want to though, but you
Yeah.
shouldn't.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then you have a whole conversation in your head as to why you shouldn't call them, but yeah. hmm But
And
then
then
you
you
got that good
call.
circle.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah. And then you
And
call me like,
sometimes you
I
call.
know I shouldn't have called.
hmm hmm
Mm,
hmm
that sums it up very well. Yes.
Yeah. But then, if you got that good circle, you got that good circle, and then you'll be talking, yeah, I thought about it. And then they'll look at you and say, you gonna do
Uh-huh.
what?
Uh-huh.
What? No, no,
Oh,
no. We shouldn't do
yeah.
that because, you shouldn't do that because you know this. But sometimes we still go ahead and pick up the phone and call anyway, and then we be
Yeah.
like, that's why. That's
Yeah.
why. Yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
hmm
Sometimes we need that reminder. Oh goodness. I think the other interesting part is that sometimes the season ends and it didn't end on bad terms, right? Because sometimes
Right.
seasons end and it's like, no, we know clear cut, we cutting you off. Don't call
Right.
me,
Right.
don't talk to me, don't text,
hmm
friend me, block me, whatever. Say it's my fault as long as it's over, right? Um,
hmm
then we have some where it's like a natural season ending of it. And
Yep.
sometimes for that, for sure, you get kind of caught in that loop of, well, should I still reach out? Was it?
hmm
Like, sometimes you have that knowing, and it's okay when you have that knowing because we can only take people but so far. They can only take us but so far. Um,
Right. Right. And I know that my friends changed. So once I became a mom, once I became a mom to my youngest, to that
okay.
little teeny one, my
Mhm.
friends changed.
Oh.
And I'm not
Mhm.
upset about
Mhm.
it because I totally get it. Like that toddler life and the mom, it's a different, and
Yeah.
I do. And I have some friends who are like, we can still go somewhere, just bring the baby. And I'm like, no, you don't want to deal with this little toddler. Like, no, are you sure you want this toddler around?
Yeah.
So I do think for different parts of my life that my
Mhm.
friends have changed
Yeah.
based on where I'm at in
Mhm.
life.
Mhm. And that's
Yeah.
big too, because we're ever changing. Like every day, something new about us. We learn something new every day. When we're learning ourselves as well, we find out, I don't want to accept that anymore. I can't do that
hmm
anymore. I can't always take the bill. We got to be able to split the bill. Go Dutch. You take the bill sometimes.
That
Uh,
part.
but you feel like it's a mutually beneficial circle that you're in or connection that
hmm
you're because sometimes you can feel used and you don't want to feel that way either.
That part. And that was a realization I had to come to too, is like what friends are really here
Hmm.
because of Erica. And I'm not talking about what Erica had, I'm not
Yeah.
rich, I'm not
Yeah.
none of that. But there are some people where you're going out and it's like, oh, all right, I got it. I
Mhm.
got it, I got it, I got it, I
Mhm.
got it.
Mhm.
And then after a while, something will click and I'll be like, all right, I always got it. Like, okay. And then this was right before I had my son, and it was like, okay, I had one friend, acquaintance, whatever you want to call it, and we would go out all the time. But I was like, I was the one calling, and then I would be like, okay, well, can we go such and such? My treat. Well, can we do
Mhm.
such and such? Well, my treat. And then after a while, I said, well, hold on.
You
It's
treating a lot.
always my treat. Okay, well, you don't want to call me and say, well, let's go here and
Mhm. Mhm.
let's do that. And
Yes.
so even my circle now, we have that balance. It's not
Mhm.
even that whole we go out and it's like
Mhm.
the check will come and it's like, all right, well, my soda was 125. Your this was this. It's either I got it, you got it, or either
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
let's just take the whole check and split it right
Split
down
it.
the middle.
Yes.
And I think that's one of my little pet peeves, and I acknowledge that now is don't go somewhere with me and you okay. Well, no, $1.25. My appetite
Yes.
was $3.45.
Yes.
And I'm just sitting here like, okay,
And
we
the
can't
text, let
talk.
me divide it. It's 5 of us, okay?
That part right there. So but again,
Yeah.
it's the different flows of life
Yeah.
and and figuring out, I know for me now and where I'm at in
Mm.
life, that's I have certain
Yeah.
circle criteria, I guess you
Yeah.
would call it. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it works for me and we balance each other out just so well. And you
Yeah.
know,
And I will say, friends that are tuning in and listening, when it comes to a check, or you know that you're going out, the best thing to do is just really have a conversation with someone in the group that's going if you don't feel like you have it. We understand times get hard and rough, but not when we get the check. Let's go before the check come. Because that way it helps them to prepare their minds for how they're reallocating their funds and
Mm-hmm.
things to make sure that the bill is covered. So if you don't got it, you don't got it. And guess what? That's okay too, having that conversation. I've gone out with friends several times and they didn't have it. I'm gonna cover it. Why? Because the other part is that even though we're covering this bill, there are other ways that you can give back to the friendship where it still
Mm-hmm.
feels mutually beneficial. If you're checking in, if you're calling, if you're being of support, if you're saying a prayer, if you're saying, hey, I just want you to have a good day. There are different things that you could do. So I don't want nobody to feel like it's about money or
Oh
thinking like,
yeah.
oh, I can't go out with Jen. I can't go out with Erica. No, please do come out. I like to go out. You can always come out. I go out by myself all the time. Okay. Me,
Mm-hmm.
myself, and I have dates all the time. But it's nice also to have other people come. But again, just having that open conversation up front, if
Mm-hmm.
possible.
And that balance is
Yeah.
everything. I will tell folks anytime, you can come right on over here and let's just sit down, let's just talk. I
Yeah.
don't even have to just come and keep me company. Just and and I'm also the friend. I just posted something the other day. I'm that friend. I can come over. You give me a blanket,
Mm-hmm.
and you give me the remote. We ain't
Yeah.
even got to have a conversation, but your presence is
Yes.
just
It makes a
amazing.
difference.
Hmm.
Hey Victoria, she said yes. Common friend, this is not my week up front. You know, I had a friend, she would say, oh, my funds are sick, my funds are low. You know, again, just having that conversation because there's different things we could do to still make sure that it work out. Because I make sure you eat, because just because we low today don't mean we're gonna be low tomorrow. And things happen. I mean,
That
you get
part,
one thing
yeah.
covered, here comes another thing. You know, it's a adulting, it's a blessing, it's nice, but it got
But
some
it
good
has its
moments.
moments. It has its moments where
You
you're
know?
like, no, let me just go. No, I'm gonna stay right here for a little while, Let me just sit here tonight. So
Yeah, fair. Okay, so let me do a pause because I wanted to go. I do want to get to our quote for today. And what we do is we share a quote of the day and then you share your thoughts. But we're gonna get back to this because this is good. Thank you. So the quote of the day is you're only as good as the people who you surround yourself with. Marcella, Miss V. I don't want to mess up her name. And you know, when you read the Bible, you just skip over those
you
names.
just
I'm gonna call her Miss
go.
Marcella V. The quote says, "You're only as good as the people who you surround yourself with." What are your thoughts on that quote, Erica?
I love it. When I saw that, I love it because I feel like you have to have people. You either want to go a certain place in life. So if I'm surrounded with people and we're all like-minded,
Mhm,
I'm gonna use, because we can talk about mental health and depression and all that is a big thing. I love to talk about that. But if I'm surrounded with all folks and we are
mhm,
all battling with depression and we're all in the same place at the same time, who's
mhm.
gonna bring who out of
Oh,
that moment?
mhm, mhm.
And so having different people of different varieties, different life experience or
Yeah.
whatnot. I feel like that's where I want to go. So I have friends that I have a lot of business minded friends. I have
Mhm,
friends who are go getters because that's something that I want. And then even if on Monday I'm not that go getter, I don't
mhm.
feel like go getting anything. I have another friend who's going to say, okay, nope, come on, let's go out here and let's hustle. Let's go get this. Let's go do this. Work on that plan or go and
Yeah,
do that. So
yeah,
I do feel like you're a product of the company you keep and who you
yeah.
surround yourself with. And depending on who you surround yourself with, I feel like that's what you're going to end up portraying. And then too, you can get into that whole thing where then people assume who you hang with this one, they assume this and
Mhm,
do
mhm,
that. So I agree. I think if you're surrounded with a good circle, then
mhm.
your goodness is going to come out from that.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're
It's
going
like,
to challenge you. They're going to
yeah,
push you. They're going to,
yeah.
which I think is a good thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I once heard where you surround yourself with someone that's higher than you, so you have somewhere to attain. Somebody that's on your level, so that you're like working and you're grinding together. But then also somebody, and I hate to say, but below you, so that you can also pull them up because you want to get them up too. It's like,
Because you want to,
and
yep.
again, that pull up might look different. You might really be at the level where I am, and you don't know it. And I'm like, you got this,
Hmm.
girl. You got this, brother. You can do this, and things of that sort. So encourage one another. So it's really, really important. Who you surround yourself with. You know, bad apples spoil
Definitely.
a whole bunch.
That
So
part.
you want to be able to change the narrative as well, because sometimes people get a bad rep because you remember their past, what they used to do, or maybe what
Mm-hmm.
they did yesterday or 5 minutes ago. Grace and mercy
Mm-hmm.
is new every day, so we want to be able to show kindness because life is life be life.
Life be life, and life, like I know for the last 4 weeks, life's been lifing with all
Yeah.
capital letters.
But I saw the quote. It said, "Life be lifing, but God be guiding," and for that,
That
I'm
part,
grateful. Because if He ain't
that
guiding,
part right there.
I ain't
Then
gonna make it. The ship
that's when
will
we got the
be
big problem right there. That's
a
when the
big
big problem
problem.
come in.
Yes. Hey, Mama Wanda, and I need you too, Mama Wanda. Because we need each other. I don't know who wrote the song of "I Need You to Survive," and at first,
Hmm.
somebody be like, "Whatever," but no, we really do need people. God uses anybody. You can be walking down the street and somebody encourage you and lift up your spirits. The Lord knew you needed some encouragement that day,
Definitely.
or some insight on what it is that you need to do. That friend that called, one of our friends, she might be tuning in tonight. I called and reached out. Something was going on. I was overwhelmed and things of that sort. And before I knew it, we hung up. She called back. She said, "Let's pray." Again, your circle, they know what's going on and things like
Hmm.
that. Another time I called, she was like, "You all right? Well, let's pray." Because that's her go-to. And that's her go-to. It's gonna work out for me,
It's
what it
gonna
needs.
work out.
And then I called my godmom Betty, and she was like, I was, going through a process. I'm starting another process of life because life be life. And she was like, "Well, let me pray so they don't be trying to get over on you." I said, "Lord, you just knew that I needed encouragement because when you don't have it, your circle should be able to pull you up
To pull you up.
to keep you because life,
Hmm.
I get,
Yeah.
and you might get tired of it, friends, but life really do be life. And you
Life
think
be
you're
life,
doing
and
good, and then here comes a roadblock. Here comes a detour. Here comes an unexpected delivery.
hmm.
And you got to keep juggling all these things and keep on going on. It's like,
Hmm.
do I give up? Do I throw in the towel? Or do I keep on going?
Hmm. And having that, because I know even recently I was dealing with something like it was like every week back to back.
Mhm,
It was like a blow, a blow, a blow, a blow,
mhm,
a blow.
mhm,
And that last blow, it literally felt like it took the wind out of
mhm,
me. And even just last week I canceled everything. Won't no birthday celebration, won't no thing, nothing, because that blow came. And
uh-huh,
one of my friends, she was like, "Okay, I get it, but this has happened, this has happened, this has
mhm,
happened, this has
mhm.
worked out, this has worked out. You cleared this, you did this." And I was like,
Yeah.
okay. I was
Mhm.
like, all right. And so, stubborn, because I get a little stubborn. And so in the
Yes.
moment, I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, but still. And then, you get off the phone and then you think about it for a little while
Yeah.
and you're like, that is true. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
so that that just balance. I appreciate my circle, and they'll call and give me, well, hey, well, how you doing? I'm just checking on you. Well, how is this? Here's a daily word. Well, here's this. I even love the tough love. Like I am that. A
Yeah.
little tough love lets me
Yeah.
know that
Yeah.
you really care about me and
Mhm,
you
mhm,
really, so even those difficult conversations, I appreciate that I had made a decision about a job, and
mhm.
I was gonna make another one, and I had texted one of my friends and I was like, I want to do such and such and such and such and such. And I was like, what do you think? And so, he was like, well, yeah, and he said, look, you done had one big decision already. I think
Mhm.
you need to slow it down and don't make another big one. You done
Yeah.
already did a big boom. So no more big
Yeah.
booms right now. You just gotta sit. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, thank you. Okay. I respect that. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was definitely true because I am that very, all right, let me react right now. And
Yes.
these feelings and these emotions
Yeah.
which get us in trouble, and but
And also knowing that it comes from a place of love, right?
that
Like
part, yeah.
I've had conversation with people and they'll be like, they felt some type of way. If you know me, you know I'm not trying to hurt you. I want the best for you. I give you the shirt off my back. I'd give
Hmm.
you if it was my last, things of that sort. Uh, but sometimes when you're in that moment, because life is life and you're overwhelmed, you feel like, oh, they don't mean me no good. So really being able to
Hmm.
also have those moments to come at ease, come at peace, take a moment, before we
Definitely.
respond, because we could be messing up something unknowingly.
Definitely, definitely. And don't even mean to do it. It's just
Yeah.
that whole, emotion. And when you're in something, it's like no one knows because they're not in it. It's like, I'm in this. I'm this. I know this was years ago. I had dealt with something. And I was like, I try so hard not
Mhm.
to minimize what
Yeah.
someone else, is going
Yeah.
through, and
Mm-hmm.
to be like, oh, well, that's nothing. You can just, bop, 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 because I'm like, Erica, stop. Because, and
Yes.
I realized that when someone did that to me, somebody minimized something, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, look, this is taking the wind out of me. This
Yes.
is a dark moment right
Yes.
here. And I'm like, it's not as easy. So I
Yeah.
just try to just live by not to minimize what someone else is going through, regardless of how I feel. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna be there for you. Let me
Yeah.
be there for you. If it's big to you, then guess what?
Mm-hmm.
It's big to me, and we're gonna work it out together. How
Got
can
to.
I be there for you to
Yes.
make it through this big storm?
So good, so good. Because that comes in the apology part too of like, I apologize if I offended you. No, I'm telling you, you did offend me. Please don't say if, because you did. You may
God.
not have intended to offend me, but you did. So just apologize. Because when you say the other part, it takes away from it. So
Oh,
like,
I just dealt with that. And it strained the relationship.
uh
If if you took it, I'm like, stop with the if, because
yeah,
that means you don't feel like you did. I'm like, so your apology, it
please,
means nothing. I'm like, why do we put that clause on there? Let's just,
yeah,
I apologize. I apologize
period.
for hurting your feelings.
Yes,
Period. Not I apologize if you feel I it
yes.
that if takes away the whole
Hmm.
apology for me. I
Hmm.
feel like it's no longer an apology. You're
Yes,
just saying it to try to appease me at that
yes,
point. As soon as you do that if, and I'm
yes.
just like, can we stop with the if?
Yes, yes. Hey, Belinda. She said, sometimes I go into a quiet place. I hate, and I mean hate, when people minimize my situation. Oh, how are you and your little business? Or, honey, child, please. Now, baby, when
Mm,
they say a little business, well, we're not going to say little because this is a thriving business, okay? We thriving over
that
here.
part. That
Um,
part.
and what's little to you is big to me because you don't know the blood, sweat, and tears that I went through for it. And
That
that old
part.
honey child, please. I was somewhere and it was like, oh, you're too young to be having backaches. I said, oh, wait a minute. If I sleep the wrong way, oh, I feel it. Okay. That crook in the neck, that wrong way. It's
Listen.
so please, please do not minimize. You don't know. You don't know. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody's experience is different. I always also go off to the piece of capacity. So like I lost my mom 20 years ago. It was nobody but Jesus that carried me through that process. But it's somebody else that could have lost their mom and they are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I thought that was going to be me.
Mm-hmm.
I had it was Jesus and my support system, my circle that helped me to get through that season. And sometimes we want to be able to for sure evaluate those that are around us because are they
Mm-hmm.
helping us to be able to go through or are they dragging us down? If I'm already depressed and you coming over with your blues, sis, one struggle at a time, can I get through this first? And then we
That
can talk
part.
about yours because I don't have the
Mm-hmm.
capacity to be there for you. And then sometimes, all right, Jesus, all right, because sometimes he's trying to pull us out and we have to encourage that person. And I'm like, but God, I'm going through my own self. But when I encourage somebody else, it then inspires me. So
It
you got to
helps.
find yourself in the mood. Find yourself. Find yourself.
Mm-hmm.
However it works. Because it's wrong.
Definitely.
You see how he pulled me all together? I wanted to be on my pity party. He like, no, sometimes you gotta, yes,
Sometimes
God.
you be
Mhm.
like, all right,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
okay. If this
Yes.
what you want me to do, all right. Then a
And
couple of days later,
and in
you be
doing
like,
that, he's
okay,
been
thank
telling
you,
her to
God.
comfort you.
You be like, okay, thank you, God. Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you.
Like, I guess. I mean, all right. But it does help in the end. But in the moment, I do get it when we are having our moments. So you reach out to get the support you need to be us to support to somebody else. Because
Hmm.
PTO and our time off, even on our job, sometimes we really are going through some things, and we don't even take all time. We want to be able to take that time off, friends. Because if you're having a rough day and you go into the office, don't come near me. But your day, I
That
done
part.
told you we got to get some stuff done, sunshines, because I'm going to do what I can to brighten up your day. I have
Hmm.
like a whole mental health corner at my desk. We have the puzzle. If you need a moment to decompress, we have some prayers of the day. We have some other inspiration. We got some mints to make sure your breath is fresh because maybe you skipped the mouthwash. I don't know. We have some gingers to make sure the stomach is okay. A couple of
Let's
pieces.
make sure you're good.
So we're trying to like make sure you're good. So if you come over, know that you're going to be inspired and encouraged to keep on going on in this thing called life. But also, if you feel like it's too much, if you feel like you may cut somebody out, please just say, I need the day. I need to take half a day. I need to work from
Hmm.
home. Go for a walk, go for a jog, whatever
Hmm.
it is that's going to lift you up. Reach out
And
to
being honest, I do a training, and so I tell folks, I'm like, if folks are coming into y'all, be honest with them and just say, listen, I need a few minutes. Come
Yes.
back around 1 o'clock. Come
Yes.
back at this time. Or either let me drink my coffee, let me breathe first,
Yes.
and then come back. But we don't do that. We feel like we can't say it. And I said, y'all better say it, because if not, they're gonna come in your office, you're gonna snap,
Yes.
you're gonna say something you shouldn't say, you're gonna send that
Yes.
email you shouldn't send, and then you sitting in the supervisor's office. And it was
Yes.
like all I had to do was say, you know what, I need a couple hours. Let me
Yes.
go grab the Starbucks real quick and then
Yes.
come back. I
Yes.
am famous now. I will work, and if it's one of those days, I will very nicely, I'll go check that PTO time, and I will put in quickly mental health
Yes.
day, mental
Yes.
health couple hours,
Yes.
because I'm like, no, I can't mess up my livelihood. You have to find that balance,
Have
because
to.
if you're off or you're not having a good day, but you continue to push yourself, go to work and do that, you don't want to jeopardize your livelihood. And then it's like, what now? Because then you add that extra stress onto you. You start performing badly at work. And that was me. It was just chaotic. I was forgetting stuff. And I said, okay, Erica, hold up, hold up. Let me go to this doctor. Let me
Yes.
get this lovely FMLA filled out for a little while. And let
Yes.
me figure out what's next and what
Yes.
I need to do and what my next steps are. Best thing ever.
And it's so good, but some people are sometimes intimidated or feel like they can't fill out the FML. Like that is a benefit. This is a benefit of your job, sweetie. So,
That
please,
part.
because if you need that pause, you want to be able to do that, because you never know. We don't want anything to happen. Hey, Jeanette. She said, yes, let me drink my coffee. Give me a few. Used to be a pet
Definitely.
peeve. I walk in the office. Oh, Jennifer, da, 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 da. I didn't clock in yet. This is still my time. Plus, I asked God to get me here. And now that I'm here, you don't know what happened on that way. So I got to get my mind
On
back
the way
together
in.
sometimes. Because
Mm-hmm.
somebody was smoking on the train. Somebody was blasting music. Somebody was cussing. Somebody was about to pull out something that I ain't know. Give me a moment. I don't drink
That
coffee,
part.
but let me get a water. You
That.
know.
Let me just get on my work face real quick. I got to put my work hat on real fast, because this still Erica. Erica is still walking in this door. Y'all got to let me get to work Erica right first, because the Erica who just came from out the house may not be ready for you.
She's not ready. She's not ready. She was ready for the commute.
That
Now she's in
part.
the office. She got a different hat. Got to switch it real.
That part. You got to get it right. You got to get ready to face that one coworker who irritates. It's a process. It's a
Yeah.
whole process. You got to do
Yeah.
some deep breaths. And then
Yeah.
afterwards, I got to call one of my work besties and say, listen,
Yes.
do you know what I just encountered today? And she was like, I know. Okay, okay. We're going to work through this. We're going to work through this. It's a process.
Yeah, it's a process. And you gotta know when you need a pause. I came in one morning and the people were fussing about something, and it got on me. I'm like, Jennifer, what is wrong? You was having a good morning. What happened? They got the fussing, and it tried to, disturb my day. I didn't like that,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to then get myself together. Like, I don't claim that for my day. But then one day I
Right.
was having a rough day and got some bad news. I went to go see one of my friends that I've known over 10 years. We're now working together again. You need a walk? I do. We take a little walk and talk it
Mm-hmm.
out. Whatever tears you gotta get out, whatever snot you gotta get out, whatever fussing you gotta get out to get yourself
Right.
ready so that you can come back. And it's a process,
Definitely. Definitely.
a process. And see, Belinda said, that's good, but people don't want to accept that when they see you as the strong one. Come on, Erica,
Miss
bring it in.
Belinda, you done said that, because I think that right there is one of the toughest things. And I had to get to a point where I was okay. And I'm still dealing with this. I haven't even mastered this. It really is okay not being the strong
Mhm,
one,
mhm.
despite what other people think, and
Yes.
being okay. And even recently, I will text a couple of my real close friends and I would say, look, I got to take my cape off today.
Yes.
I have to take the cape off. I blurb it all out. I have my pity party. I talk about whatever is woe, what is wrong, or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that's my like out is I gotta
Mhm.
take my cape off. I gotta take my cape off. I gotta have a moment. I'll put it back on in a day or two. But right
Yeah.
now, I can't put this cape on right now. But it is, and it's such a stigma with being that strong person. And like, you can't have moments where you cry. You can't have moments where you say that you can't do it. And even at work, I mean, even from a work perspective, I used to joke around at one job and say that I was the fixer. If there was a problem, they would come, Erica, fix individual, something was going on. Erica, deal with this behavior. Erica, put this together. And it got to a point where I just got burnt out and I just got tired
Mm-hmm.
and literally depleted. And so it was and it really is, because I look at it now and look at it, it was a blessing in disguise how God orchestrated the whole departure from that one job and different things, because I was becoming consumed with that, and that was my identity, was that job. And for the longest, once I left, I was lost in the work realm as like, do I really know what I know? Was I really as good as what they said I was, or was it just, for that moment or that season? So it's amazing how things we take on, even being a strong Black woman and that extra pressure, and then having to fight your way in the society where we're not supposed to be where we are. We're not supposed to be successful, don't even bring money into the situation. But it's just wearing that weight. And I'm still struggle with, it's okay not to be strong. But the reason why I think I struggle with it is because you have to not be strong in a safe place. And that's that
Oh,
circle. I have a circle now
mhm.
where I'm learning where it
Yes.
is safe not
Mm-hmm.
to have to be strong
Yeah.
all the time. I have a safe place where I can be vulnerable and I can have my moments where I need to lean on them, and it's not thrown in my face. It's not used, because I have a safe place. Because I had some places that weren't safe. So then it's like, okay, nope, I got to keep this mask on. I got to keep this cape
Mm-hmm.
on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's such a tough
Yeah.
thing to just maneuver through. It
Yeah.
really is.
But stick to your guns, you know,
Yeah,
find out what works for you.
definitely.
Because it kind of goes into this next comment that Belinda gave of, I literally just experienced this. I worked from home and I took off. I wasn't feeling well. This young lady called me to make her flyer. I told her that I was off because I was sick. She got upset and said I would get the flyer now. She so upset with me. Mm. So
Yeah,
somebody
I've
told
had
you
folks.
something. Go ahead.
And then I sit back and I'm like, okay, we're just going to be upset with me today. You will have to be upset and go. And then you worry about, and if you're doing something like, if it's your business, you're not feeling well, and it's like, okay, I don't want to miss this money. And then we worry about what people are going to say. We worry about the reviews they're going to give us, and are they going to do this? And it's just to a point, it's like, okay, look, I can't burn myself out. Because if I burn myself out and I can't do it at all because I've burnt out, look, this one person will have to be upset. My work is going to speak for me. They are going to have to be okay. But I know it hurts, because then probably I would have hung up the phone and been like, all right, let me go ahead and get up and do this flyer and then figure this out. But literally, it's so much damage we do to ourselves by pushing ourselves. And, we can say we'll do this project, and that person gets the project, and you really need them down the road, and they're like, look, I don't feel well, and hang the phone up, like, because they going to take their time. They going to take care of themselves. And
They're
we
gonna
out
take
here, they going to
they're gonna
take
ignore
care.
your call and everything. So this is the interesting part. So Belinda doesn't do that. That's not like her full time job. It's life has happened, so she'll do like a flyer or like pull an image
Okay.
together for this, all right? So what I would do, this is my words of advice, that tough love, Belinda. If you can introduce them to Canva, poster my wall, the same things that you're using to create something, because that is
Yes.
your top priority of your livelihood and things of that sort too. Knowing you probably wasn't charging her. Um, but three, you were also sick, and people have to be able to respect those boundaries. So again, in this situation, that's not your full time gig, something you do for fun because you do it for different events and things. And you let her know you were sick, you couldn't do it. But then I have a brother, he does it legit. He's like, somebody called me on Thanksgiving, and we send them to voicemail. We have to respect boundaries of people. We can't
Yes.
expect them to just give. Because what happens when somebody's not giving back to them? Now, granted, he has a great circle. Belinda has a great circle, but some people don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
Right.
some people are
Right.
disrespectful. Easily said, I mean, easily put. That's what it is. They're being disrespectful. And we want so much from other people, but we're not doing it for them. I was at an event and
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, it's hard to serve people sometimes. I said, it's harder to serve Christian people sometimes. The woman said, yeah. Because we have what did she say? We have a entitlement. The funny part was
Mm-hmm.
that she said, we. We shouldn't
Mm.
have, we all servants.
Shouldn't have to.
We want
Yep.
to be able to help everybody, and that is a process. And we have to be able to stand boldly and say, "But this is how it has to go. It can't go that way. I
Hmm.
can't do it. I'm sick. It's a holiday. We're off. You're off. I'm off. I'm not working
Right.
today." And even if I chose to take the day after the holiday, allowing people to have moments because whether it's sick unto death, you don't know what's going on, what's happening for her. You're just trying to demand something, and that's not
Hmm.
fair. So we want to also be kind and timely with things. The business hours
Definitely.
are 9 to 5 if you saw the five heartbeats.
The five heartbeats. That's right. That's
Mm.
right. You don't want to have to dangle them
You don't want to
off
dangle
the ledge.
the ledge. And, and I can't refer you to nobody because if you're harassing me, I don't want you to harass somebody else and put my name out there.
That
No,
part.
that person you sent me, no, wasn't me.
Mm.
They might know me, but I ain't telling them to come to you because I wouldn't do that to you, boo. So get people to respect your boundaries and being okay with saying no. Uh-oh. Okay. And even if she is upset, we say a prayer. God touch her heart. I hope she got her flyer worked out. Or if she didn't, God bless and let's keep on
I'm
moving.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I had a call come through, and I was like, "Oh, why y'all calling me?"
So you spoke on a piece of mental health, and I want to talk about that in this piece because sometimes we can feel bad about disappointing others,
Hmm.
but we don't always have that same feeling, if I'm honest, when people disappoint us. We kind of just roll
Hmm.
with it, just keep on going, right? Um,
Hmm.
But we feel bad when we disappoint others, and that can affect our mental health. So, what are some words of wisdom that you think would help us to balance that out of knowing that we are going to disappoint somebody? Somebody is
Hmm.
going to have something negative to say. Somebody may have something positive to say. Somebody might not say nothing at all. What would be your words of wisdom as it relates to that in balancing and managing our mental health?
I think just not forgetting you and putting you first, and that's okay to put you first. Um, and I only say that because that was hard for me is putting me first. But saying I'm tired to saying no. I told somebody that 2024, for literally even before, it is going to be I have to do better with saying no and not overthinking the
Mhm.
no. Or either I'll give a no and then there's an explanation behind the no because I feel like I owe that explanation,
Come on, and
and
we
then I'm
don't.
sitting back, you trying to make up a good reason and really try to validate why you said the no, but just saying that it is okay to say
Yeah.
no. It's okay just to say no. And that's it. Complete sentence. I don't owe you an explanation.
Mhm.
It's just no. But it is so hard because there are certain people. Now there are certain people I don't mind this, I'm just like if you're disappointed, you just disappointed,
Mhm.
you'll get
Mhm.
over it. But then there are some who it just hurts a little more. It's
Mhm.
like, I really don't want to disappoint you. And
Yeah.
I know for me, it comes from just some past stuff, some past trauma,
Mhm.
probably, of
Mhm.
having folks who you thought were in your life for reasons, and then you would, disappoint, and then it's like they're just gone. But
Yeah.
as I've gotten older and just gone through life, I realized, okay, you're gone because you were not a part of my life. If you rocking with me and you rolling with me, you're going to
Mhm.
be okay. You're going to understand it and just accept it. And it's hard. It's something I have to work on every single day and talk to myself, because I'm learning to put that mental health first
Yes.
about me and making sure that I'm good. And a driving force for me is just because I want my baby good. I tell folks I don't want to mess my baby up. I really don't want to mess up a little boy.
Yes. Yes.
So just for me, it's just reminding myself and trying to put him like that's my like North
Mhm.
Star, like I have to be good so he's good,
Yeah.
so that I can raise him and do what I need to do. So that's just kind of like my focal point.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because I'll minimize. I'll even give a clause out so that folks can just go ahead and I'm like, all right, if you don't want to do this, it's all right,
Yeah.
I'll do it. So, which is a protective mechanism, another
Yeah.
wall that
Yeah.
we build up, and you got to figure out
Mhm.
how to tear it down. It's like, well,
Yeah.
let me protect me first. I'm gonna tell me no for you, so that you don't have to
Yeah.
tell me no, and then my feelings won't get hurt.
Yeah.
So,
We had to. It's so important. And I'm getting better. We all are working on saying no, right, friends? We all are. Because we all slip up sometimes where we feel like we can have it or we do have the capacity. And then
mhm,
something else happens. It's like, I can't give attention to that because now I have to focus on this. Um, Recently somebody was like, come on, cuz you gonna do it? I said, no.
mhm,
You're not no. I didn't get no answer, no extra. It was no.
Just
God
know.
bless. I still love you, but I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's too
Mm-hmm.
many times that I did say yes and then I really couldn't do it. Or it drove me crazy because then they had so many daggone requests of what it is that they wanted. Next time, find somebody else to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we want to be okay with saying no.
Yeah, just okay with it, and like no, and it's usually just like you said, it's usually something that'll happen, and they wear you ragged, and you're like,
Yeah,
look, okay, next
yeah,
time it is definitely a no.
yeah. Mhm.
Mm.
If I didn't know before, I for sure know now. Hey, Patricia,
That part.
mute and block is going to be your best friend. So, let me tell y'all something. So when we talk about our circle, because on Facebook, you and Instagram, you can be friends with so many different people, right? And I'm public because I do a podcast and things that sort, and I'm always helping people trying to read whatever.
Hmm.
But they have this snooze feature, and you can snooze somebody for 30 days. I have a rotation going on of a couple people that just
Listen.
on snooze because my circle, my peace, I have to protect it. So we
Uh-huh.
just hit the
Uh-huh.
snooze button. We still friends.
I just gotta snooze you for a little while.
Just gotta snooze for a little while. And then
I gotta
if you
put you in
come off
timeout just for a little bit, and then you can come back.
let me hit snooze
Back
again.
again.
What you want to do? Snooze. Let you rest. You need some sleep. I'm gonna help you get the rest that you
Listen.
need, or the rest that I
Listen.
need. So again, be able to set up those boundaries. Yes, absolutely. Just know, not this time.
Hmm.
So again, friends, what you can say no is not a bad thing. Now again, if somebody's trying to encourage you to get out of a funk and things of that sort, we want to be able to eventually be open to that because we can't keep saying no every time because after a while, when they're gonna stop coming around, they're like, why don't come? We close that door. So again, this is
Hmm.
within reason. I'm not saying say no to the Cheesecake Factory. I'm not saying that because if you're hungry, y'all go on to the Cheesecake
Go.
Factory. You got a good crab dip, some good cheese. I'm gonna leave that baby alone. But you get what I'm saying. We can't say yes sometimes, but knowing your limits. Yes, you have to
Definitely.
protect the energy
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. That's
because
a
you'll
that's a big
feel
thing.
like, well, what happened? Somebody came around and messed it up.
Hmm. And it's amazing how fast someone can shift you.
Oh,
It is amazing how fast someone can
amazing.
shift you or either give you their and you're like, and you walk where you be like, well, I was just good. I was
Yes.
what it,
Yes.
well, what shifted so fast?
Yes.
And then you got to go and reset yourself
Mhm.
to get yourself back up and
Mhm.
good to go and at who's and it's like, okay, yeah, I can't be around because I can't afford this whole reset again.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Mama One. I love Mama One. She said I love that feature. 30 days, and I really don't.
And I really don't.
And I hit it again for another 30, Mama. So it's been like some people have been on at least 7 months consistently.
Listen,
And then they
gotta
got this
protect
new
that
thing where they
peace.
add highlight or add followers. I unfollow you because I don't want you to keep tagging me in that stuff. I get enough notifications. So sorry.
Mhm. I have another IG page, and so I have a lot of people who will follow me, and I don't
Mhm.
follow. I don't want to know. Excuse me, what's going on? I don't want to do this. And then on my Facebook, I'm famous. You can't tag me unless I say it's okay. You cannot,
Yeah. Mhm.
cause some folks they do some extra stuff, and then
Yeah.
we're in
Yeah.
that world where social media is the thing, and
Mhm.
folks will throw
Mhm.
a jab. They want to be
Yeah.
the. No, we will not do this today.
Not
No.
today. Not today. For sure. The same. And then like the messages that are coming, people are scheming and scamming and doing those things. Friends, please. Yeah,
Mhm.
well, whoever it is that's doing it, please stop it. But also be careful, friends, to not get caught up in those schemes and scams of trying to get you to give some money and things of that sort. Because you might not get that
That
money back.
that
Let me
part.
say, you can mute them and they don't come on your story. Also, absolutely,
That is
absolutely
gonna be a
remove
wonderful little feature. I
and
didn't
see
realize we could do
them.
that. The way I'm about to mute some folks and have a good time.
Have a funky good time, okay? Be like, hey, I got the trash, I got the trash. And the trash takes out itself. Because that part of tagging is really important too, because they'll tag you in some ridiculous stuff or some things that you didn't even know that you were tagged in.
Hmm.
Or they're sending you something in your messages like, is this you in this link? Don't open it, friends. It's scams and
Don't.
messing
It's a
your,
scam.
your systems and things. And I might try to do that again, bring back, I had an IT guy come on to share the ways to protect ourselves because they're conniving and sneaky.
Yeah, and
You
they'll
say
go to any length to just
anything.
get. I mean, even down. you got folks out here playing on people's and I say
Mhm.
you can't put everything on social media. You can't put everything
Yeah.
because you make it easier for
Yeah.
folks to really prey on you. You know,
Yeah.
they will use that stuff and they'll be like, okay, well, this person's lonely. This person lost this person. This person lost the dog. Let me try to give them this, get them this. I mean, it's amazing how crafty folks
It
can
is.
get. And
It
they're
is.
watching. And just because so many people, they put everything, everything. And
And
folks
friends, don't pay
prey
attention to
on
my
it.
stories on Instagram. I'm always putting something. I don't put the ratchet stuff because it got cuss words and I don't want to offend nobody. And they be like, oh, but it's how I feel sometimes too, because what it's saying, it got some truth to it. I'm trying to help
Hmm.
you understand. If you find yourself in there, to you like get the words that it's trying to encourage you to do. But
Hmm.
again, friends, just they another financial person, she was like, what high school did you graduate from? People putting high schools down. She said, what year was it too? These are identifying information pieces that people could get your
Yep.
passwords and stuff. Then like
Hmm.
people knew that it was a financial person. She trying to help them teach. So they're like, Hillman, they like Wally High or like made up schools and things of that sort.
Right.
Sometimes people put their real information out there and wonder,
Hmm.
how did they get it? You gave it to them.
Yep. You literally gave them the key and let them walk right in.
And if you are giving it to them, please make sure that's not the codes to your passwords and things of that sort. You know,
That
maybe it's
part,
who you want to
definitely.
build to. And you went to Bieber. I really did go to Bieber. You went to Bieber, but you put on their Girls High or Central or something of that sort. Whatever it is to work
Hmm.
it out.
That part. You definitely got to be careful in this day and age. Extra careful.
Extra careful. Extra careful. All right. So another part you talked about was in finding yourself, knowing what works for you. And in our circle, it's great to have our circle. But there's also sometimes where we have to be about ourselves. So I want to talk about self-care a little bit. We just left Thanksgiving. So yes, we're still in the high spirits of being grateful and thankful and blessed.
Hmm.
But what are some pieces we want to be mindful of when it comes to self-care?
Self care does not, you define your self care. It doesn't have to be I think when a lot of people think of self care, they think of the trips, they think of this, but that trip may not be self care if you're going to come back and then you don't have the money to take care of what you got to take care of at home. So self care may not be the trip. So don't do the trip. You may just want to go to the lake, go for a walk, go find a local waterfall. You might want to do that. You may just want to go to the local massage place, but self-care is for me is something that's not going to cause me to stress once I
Mhm.
return from whatever
Mhm.
their self-care activity is. Something that I need to do, and I used to love to read books. I could read them in a couple of days, so I'll still buy books. I haven't got hip to the Kindle and all of that great stuff because it's something about a book in
Yeah.
my hand.
Yeah.
And so I keep telling myself, like, okay, get back to reading, like just finding that moment to just steal away and just do that. Before it got cold, I went down and sat by a body of water, watched the sunset.
Mhm.
Most
Beautiful.
refreshing thing ever. And it didn't cost me anything. It cost me a couple dollars in gas. It won't even a full gallon. And I said,
Yes.
oh,
Yes.
I can do this a little more often.
Mhm.
But yeah, so self care for me is something that is not going to cause me stress when I return from it. Because to me, it's not self care. So yeah, we all want to do the trips. We want to, but if I say that that's my self care, I go to Hawaii and then I come back and I'm like, all right, I just spent that $2,000 and now I
Yep.
got to figure out what am I gonna do for the card, the card payment. And it's like, was it self care or was it just self care in the moment? And then you come back
Ooh.
and it's like bam. So it's self-care for me is things that are going to pour into me just to make me stronger, bring me that peace,
Mhm.
whether it's taking a PTO day,
Mhm.
whether it's watching my favorite show, whether
Mhm.
it's going for a walk, whether it's spending time with my son at times, because that's
Yes.
big for me. So discovering something new or trying something I wouldn't try, that for me is self-care, and I try to put more of that into it, which goes back to me being Erica and
Yeah.
not mom,
Yeah.
for a couple of days
Yeah.
this week. So just getting back to Erica, getting back to who you are as a person and not your other hats that you wear.
I like that. When you were sharing that, it was like I was seeing like the words breaking up as well. So if you're going to Hawaii, you need to make sure that your bills were covered. That was just self. Had nothing to do with care.
Mm-hmm.
because you do out the cares to make sure we're going on this trip.
That part.
Aaron, I am planning for the trip. I am setting aside funds for the trip. I am making sure that my roof will still be over my head when I come back home. My
That
car will
part.
be outside, so we're making sure that our needs are met before we're going above and beyond. So connect with a travel agent. Albert's to
Mm-hmm.
have one of them on because they help you to pay for the trip. They give you
Mm-hmm.
payment plans. We're doing all these afterpays and cartridge or whatever it is, where it's like the 4 payments, 5 payments. QVC started it, if you don't know. But they have
They
these
sure did.
hours to be able to have that breakdown where you don't feel like you're giving up out of your pocket, because something is always going to happen. As soon as you pay one thing, here comes the light in the car, here comes a tire, here comes something in the house, here comes something that you need, something that somebody else's need. And you feel compelled to be able to support, and you do have it to support, but it was your little cushion. So now you have to build your cushion back up again. So if you're doing something and it's going to bring you stress, that's about self. But if we're
Mm-hmm.
doing something that's going to also help us out, caring, we're looking to the future, not just to this moment. That's self-care. I like that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not bringing stress. That's good. But that's my Moana local waterfall. It's some nice sites right here in Philadelphia. We also have Groupon. You get a coupon to go somewhere. People think that's corny. Y'all better use a coupon if you
But
need
use a coupon.
it and work it out. Hey, Miss Everett, she said, peace is the best. Eating something you like. Absolutely. Now, friends, also
Okay.
be careful on that of what you can and what you can't eat. Is it self or is it self-care? Because if we ain't supposed to
That
have too
part.
much sugar and sweets,
Don't do it.
yeah, I'm just saying. I don't want y'all to say Jennifer said no, no, no. That was self, she said. We want to do self and care. Okay. Mama Wanda said, I'm watching Rudolph right now with no kids. Yes. If the
Best
kids
thing ever.
they gonna mess it up. But the standing over I live. Is he coming here? Is he bringing Rudolph? Dancer, Prancer? Hey, when the widow shed praise, me too. Absolutely, friends. We want to find out what works for us. And you got to be honest with yourself, because
Right.
you may want that trip. You may want to go on a trip for New Year's. New Year's is about 30 days away. If you don't have the money for it and not going
Don't
to have
go.
the money for it, either do a couple of hustles to get there or plan for next year to be able to have that event and trip.
Hey.
Sister used to always say, you just do one room at a time. Because sometimes you're trying to do the whole house. Doesn't make sense. It's expensive to do a whole house. Do one
Mm-hmm.
room at a time, redesign and redecorate, remove, and things of that sort. Okay? Self and care, not just self.
Not just self.
Not just self. What's something that you want us to walk away with? This was good.
Loving you. Just. I feel like we should never forget who we
Mhm.
are, our identity, and even if we have to go on a little path to find our identity, but having surrounding yourself with people who you trust and feel safe with,
Mhm.
and discovering who you are and not losing who you are. So never lose who you are. That's, I think, probably the biggest thing for me is not losing who you are. I tell folks, yes, I'm a mom. Yes, I'm a sister. Yes, I'm a daughter. Yes, I go to work. Yes, I have all these hats. But at the end of the day, I'm Erica.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to be, oh, well, this is such and such mom. No, I'm Erica. My name is Erica. So let me be Erica. So never lose who you are, even with all that you do and the hats that you wear, and just surround yourself with that safe circle so that you can be you and they won't let you forget who you are.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for joining us, Erica. What is it that you do? We didn't get to find out who Erica is. What does Erica do?
Oh, yeah. So my livelihood, my job, I'm a director. I work with adults with developmental disabilities. And one day I decided I wanted to kind of do my own little thing. And so I go around and I do trainings and I do some consultative work. So a lot of
Mhm.
human service, how to work with people with challenging behaviors, how to work with the developmental disability population, how to
Mhm.
get creative and kind of, include them in different things. I do a lot of trainings for like housing developments and some
Mhm.
HUD stuff. So that's me. And then I'm a mom. I have two children. I have a grown one who tells me what to do. She called me this evening and dressed me. So she said, "You did very good today, daughter." And then I got a little I have a 3-year-old who is
Yeah.
very rambunctious and tells me what to do. So that's Erica.
I like it. And I love the trainings because it's so needed, because many times, we're not prepared to deal with those with developmental disabilities. Why? Because we've been quiet about it.
Yeah.
And when we're quiet about it, we think that we can ignore it, but we can't, because it is real. It is alive in the world. And we want to be able to support them when they're going through. Just like when you get anxiety or when you're feeling some sadness, it's a little more overwhelming for some. And we want to be able to support them, not trigger them to go off even the more, because they can respond a different way. Like, we have a capacity to try to pull ourselves in. But there's some that capacity, it's a hard fight to get there to say, all right, calm down, because I really want to pick up something and throw it at you, because you got me alone, told you don't touch me, and you're doing these things. So we want to be able to be a support to those in the developmental disabled community. I had a joy in my internship serving those in that classroom when I interned at a school, and then working in that field when I lived in Maryland at the health department. And it's really beneficial to be able to support them, to let them feel like they are just the same as any of us, and they are.
Anybody else? Yep.
We're just helping them to be more able to be able to calm down and respond well, and you to be able to respond well to them. So please check out this training. That's a good thing.
Thank you. So, yep, I enjoy it. I enjoy what I do. I love it. I love being able to go and tell other folks just how to best support them. And
yeah.
So
very needed. So go global with your classes and record them so people can take them. Because what area are you in?
I'm in Baltimore area. Good old Baltimore.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes. So friends, connect. Might be a virtual training. We done learned a lot with virtual during the pandemic.
Oh, listen,
if you need somebody,
the way to go.
Excuse me, churches, my mic is it on? Churches, being able to know how to support them, because sometimes we're ready to rough them up and get them out, and sometimes there's something else that's going on. We don't want to re-traumatize. Okay, amen.
That was a nice little yes. That was good right there.
Yeah, because that can happen. We don't know. It was one young lady, she's like, please don't touch me. One time I was somewhere, I'm like, let's not touch her. She could have been in a situation that's causing her to feel some type of way, and we don't want to re-traumatize. If it's a male, if it's a female, we don't know, so we want to be kind to that. Yes, people do get over, I know that, but there are some that really have been through some situations, so we want to be a support to love on them and to help them get the support that they need.
Definitely.
It's like, this was good.
It was.
Because I got my have you on something else too.
Please do. I enjoyed. I enjoy your energy, conversation. I really, really, really did. So please, I truly did. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad I posted in the group we're in. Definitely.
I gotta go back and get some more for next year. But I'm gonna have you on something else that I got coming. I'm not telling my friends yet. I promise to tell y'all before the month ends, because we got something new coming in January, and I'm so excited. So yes, I'm gonna connect with you.
Awesome.
Again, I thank you so much. We have a great evening.
Yes, you have a wonderful one. I wish you well this week, and thank you again.
And happy early birthday.
Thank you so very, very much. Thank you. I'm going to go be Erica.
Yes, please. I'll check
have a wonderful one.
Yes.
See ya.
Friends. I hope that you enjoyed the amazing Erica. She is thebomb.com. That was so nice. Friends, did you enjoy it? I hope that you did. It was really, really good. Don't forget our quote of the day. You're only as good as the people who you surround yourself with. Again, you're only as good as the people who you surround yourself with. So friends, we are at the end of the year. Take an inventory of who is around you. Should they still be around you? Should you still be around them? Because sometimes it could be us and not them. Yeah, we got to be honest, because sometimes it's us and not them. Sometimes that season just got to end, because we are growing, ever growing every day. All right. So we are at the end of November. December, we were going to take a pause, but I do have something for December. I do want to share, if you want to be a guest, if you know somebody that would be great to come on, please have them email me at info@chozencounselors.com or send me a message. Excuse me. I also do try to read all the comments. So you can also comment below, send me their name. It's always a fun time to be able to chat with somebody else and give some insight and inspiration to others. So friends, if you do know anybody, please do reach out. But let's check out what we plan to do for December.
Hey, Chosen friends. Thank you for tuning in all year long. We'll be sharing some of our favorite episodes from the year this month. Plan to join us as we go back down memory lane. We are also prepping for 2024. If you would like to be a guest or would like to recommend someone, drop a message in the comments and Jen Cares will be in touch.
So I forgot that I put that in that promo to be a guest. But I want to tell y'all again, if you want to be a guest, come and talk with me. I promise we have a good time. But I do love each and every one of you. Share with me what your favorite episode was so that I can share it in December. I'm going to put out some of my favorites, and I hope that you enjoyed them. So I love you all for real. Have an amazing rest of the week as we come to the last month of the year. Who's in your circle? Should we keep them? Should we let them go? I don't know. Only you do. But I love you. Until next time. Good night.
Friends, we thank you for joining Jen Cares this week. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Unable to watch us live? Be sure to find us on your favorite podcast platform. You can also visit our website, chozencounselors.com. That's Chozen with a Z, to stay in the know and most of all, never miss a show. If you found value in this show, we'd appreciate you sharing it with a friend. Most of all, be sure to tune in for our next episode as we specialize in bringing the community to you.